Oh, man. Dude's still nodding off.
Consider the defense counsel's request for a further summation examination of the jury.
Oh, are you gonna let us do it again?
And I have determined that the court must uphold the defense's judicial right to this procedure for some reason.
I mean, it's in the
even
rules.
though he just clearly failed the second time.
It's
So, counsel, we will now proceed with the second summation examination.
I mean, we have to
have as many as you want until you are not guilty.
Exactly. I mean, we have to get new information somehow, right?
I presume the jury is ready, Mr. Foreman. We are. Hello.
Oh boy.
Very good. In that case, I must ask each of you now to state clearly and concisely for the court the grounds on which you find the defendant guilty of this crime.
The hardwood floor, maybe?
Some bullshit.
Some bullshit. Let's hear.
The accused left behind evidence. The scene clearly. Those reports of his.
Yes. If there was some novel alternative explanation about how the victim was stabbed, I might reconsider.
Nine books, it can be related to this crime when the window is closed, can it?
Still can't. Freaking Pinocchio voice. Sorry. Dearie me, it was only a little book, hardly life-threatening, even with a direct hit. Look, I just want to get this over with. If I don't bring home some pay tonight, I'll be in a tiny bit of trouble.
Wonderful.
Toity.
How's the figure?
Oh. Hello, stream.
Oh, is it?
Calm down. Okay.
Oh.
He just left full screen for some reason.
Stupid.
How's the figure here? I had a fire a whole while ago. He gave me the sneezes.
What?
Okay.
Wait, what? You what? You caught a cold from a fire? Did I get that right?
Considerably more tangible arguments from all members of the jury this time around, it seems.
Those weren't arguments.
With one notable exception, of course.
Mr. Garden Gnome.
Well, yeah, he was... My learned student friend was unable to find fault in the previous witness testimony.
I almost hit the wrong button again.
So the court must accept the fact that he was indeed the accused seen fleeing from the scene.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, he...
And moreover...
Ah!
He... was even in the scene to commit the crime.
Do we know that though? Do we know that for a fact? Because I don't like those two. I mean, the guy is asleep all the time or half the time, and I'm not sure if I trust the wife.
I don't trust the knife.
Or that too. I mean,
Like,
it's...
we got a bloody knife the first case, and why didn't we have in this one where we had
the thing is, I still think that she was like stabbed after the fact, because that, I don't know, it just looks like that to me.
We don't have blood. That is the part that is getting to me, because we had blood in the first one. Why we don't in this one? And the tip of the blade is broken.
Yeah, exactly. Where is the tip of the blade? I can't still be in her, can it? I wonder when
I
that's...
feel like we have this something more coming on. I don't
Yeah.
think the
Yeah.
lady that got stabbed is totally just a victim. Well, if the eyewitnesses are correct, it will seem as if the conclusion is somewhat set in stone.
Really?
I fail to see how it can be argued any other way.
I mean, if we assume that they are correct, then yeah, sure, but I don't assume that. That means I'm afraid that during this summation examination, it's essential that you establish some other tangible explanation for the facts. Yeah, that's what Juror 2 said, right? But how? What would even constitute a tangible explanation here?
Is it obvious? Who stabbed the woman? And how?
The suit details are all you need to provide.
The maid did it. She flung it out the window. Okay.
Simply give us a name and a method by which the attack was conducted.
So are we playing?
Donde está el asesino?
Are we playing Clue now? Is that it?
Puede me decir dónde está el asesino?
Muy bien. And there I was thinking this might be hard.
Green murder.
But Mr. Naruto, you have to do it. Otherwise, this really will be where the trial ends. I can't read. No pressure then.
Let's run it off preamble. Proceed with the summation examination, please.
Hey, I get to walk around again.
I presume you are prepared, counsel?
Yes, I got a new set of pants on. I got my walking shoes. Let's go. Oh, yes, my lord. All right, Yunosuke. Focus your mind now. You want to slap yourself in the face while you're at it? Yes. Clearly. The key to the summation examination. The key! Didn't I say it? I'm gonna pin this on her now. She flung the knife out the window. This is exactly what we're getting at. I'm telling you. We have a book that disappeared from the character's house on the evening of the incident. And the fourth book found the victim's hand. There must be a way to link the two. Sure. Yes, that's what we have to find. Oh, sorry. Not the knife, then. The book. Using every technique I've learned in my short career so far. All 3 days of it. Whatever it takes. Don't forget to keep an eye out on Mrs. Garrett and how she reacts even to the things other people say. So the jurors are going to react now too?
Okay, so now we're finally gonna get the person reacting to you.
Nice. Oh, I like this. I'm just looking at Rolly. I'm just waiting for him to keel over, but it's never going to happen. Alright, let's hear your butts. Okay, those three. Yeah, tell me more, but wait, no, that's not what I wanted to do. Holy shit.
Can we just have a look on them? The
Yeah.
left behind the scene of it? Like, no, just have a look at all of them again.
Oh, well, no, I was gonna press everyone anyway.
Okay.
Tell me about those 3 books. But as we now know, there were 4 books, not 3, but only 3 were his.
But if it does, man. I almost slipped into both.
There's every possibility that the 4th book, in fact, belongs to the defendant's landlord.
Yes. That's the part I have a problem with.
Sorry?
Well, at the point the woman said, this landlord fairly was at home, wasn't it?
Yeah, like across the street.
Enjoy, fire, scrap, sweat, something, said.
Something like that. That's not exactly how I put it, no.
Well then, the point is, the felon and his wife was someone else when it happened.
She was throwing things. I think that's what you call a strong alibi.
So it couldn't have been Tana who did it, which only leaves the Nipponese felon.
Well, I wasn't saying John did it, right?
Honestly, I can't see this lives about.
Palaver?
A palaver, I think. Yeah.
I don't know.
It's a done deal, isn't it?
Not sure. I suppose it is since I've nothing witty left to say. That's fine. If there was some novel alternative novel, get it because it's books. So, you might be willing to change your decision, you mean? Oh my, such delight on your face, but I'm afraid I shan't be swayed by emotion. Despite what you might think of me, I'm a very modern, metropolitan, and rational woman. That's great.
I am a very modern metropolitan.
That's great. Do you know that meme where like there's this group of badly drawn people and like someone's off to the side saying something, they just like give a big thumbs up and then go back to being a group of people? That's what that is. If one reads the morning papers, it's all forgotten by tea time, isn't it? So I read them in the first place. Maybe there's something interesting.
Forget it, to have something to forget it on tea time.
I was gonna say, maybe there's something interesting in there and you need something to pass the time. You see, modern metropolitan and rational thinking.
Major
When you say...
General.
What? That's not at all extreme. As I see it, an overwhelmingly suspicious Japanese man has been implicated by overwhelmingly strong testimony. So despite one or two minor puzzlements, I do declare the man is overwhelmingly guilty.
I do declare.
I do declare. Modern metropolitan and rational logic, wouldn't you say?
I am a very modern metropolitan.
Overwhelmingly.
I cannot see that sense of it's been remind me of that song.
But us modern gals are always delighted to embrace new facts, you know? So I'd be only too happy to consider an exciting new theory if you come up with one. I'd be happy to do that too, if only I could. Let's do our very best to not disappoint the modern metropolitan. Right. I'm glad you omitted rational there. Alright, Pinocchio.
Time for Pinocchio.
Press that. But what about the possibility that the window was open?
Yell at me. What about it? There's no way it could be.
Are you sure? How do you know? Yeah, how can you be so sure?
The prosecution fell for that study later, didn't he?
Oh, it's just because he says that it's law?
Oh yeah, we have to prove that the window was open because of the fires, because they had to.
Yeah, it's the smoke, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Why doesn't everyone know, Joe? You don't want to invite this sort of cold indoors.
Yeah, I get that.
No, the window wasn't open. There's London like sitting by the fire, sitting warm. See.
But you couldn't categorically state that the window wasn't open, could you?
It just wasn't. They wanted to have opened.
Oh, come on. Then what's the point in even having windows, huh?
Counsel, you will kindly refrain from childish bickering.
Pinocchio started it.
I didn't.
Sorry. So I need to show there's an undeniable possibility that the window was open. The smoke! Because this young man isn't going to budge otherwise.
But Judge, when can I leave to be at my home?
Dearie me! Is it my turn already? But the little book was on fire at the time, was it not?
It's a very good book.
With flames of love, I'll have you know. There's really no such thing as a loving incendiary bomb. Well, he brought it upon himself. It's playing with fire to portray a fiery love. Isn't it? Well, don't you agree? Well, any kind of betrayal is certainly a bad thing, yes. But I think the argument might have arisen out of your misunderstanding, Mrs. Garrett. Never mind, the point is we were just having a jovial little dispute, nothing more. And I won't have any more of these suggestions that it was anything whatsoever to do with this crime. Right, well, we'll see about that. But what about juror number 5? He doesn't seem to be turning her head, Mrs. Gaddard's relentless onslaughts. Is she gonna do it again? No? Okay. It's almost as though he's used to it. What a gentle soul he's... Oh no, oh. Wait. Look, I just want to get this over with, otherwise the wife's gonna beat me to death. You just want to get this over with? There's lives at stake here. How can you sit there and say something like that? The man's future is at stake, or, well, I guess that. Well, him and me both, and like I said before. What? I told you already, I'm a day laborer, aren't I? But don't bring home some readies with me tonight. You'll find me floating face down on the Thames tomorrow morning. Shit. Right, so he's married to a mafia boss? What? You heard me. My missus isn't one to mess about, you know. She'd be fierce, believe you and me. Another shining example of marital bliss, then. Situation like this cropped up the other day. It was, well,
boy looks at Susato. You're not gonna be like that.
You know, it's funny, but I can't quite remember. Sorry? It's too frightening, that's the thing. I must have blocked it out. Helpful. I wonder if Mr. Beatwell would be dragged into the Thames by his scarf. Don't even go there, Mr. Sato. There must be some way to jog his memory about this. Oh, yes. What about these sneezes? Does that have anything to do with your decision about the defendant's culpability in this case?
Sir? What's that? You have to speak up, lad.
Could you tell us more about the fire?
It was last winter, 1986. My grandchildren baked me a lovely cake for my birthday. Yeah, 75 candles on the top, he did. What a sight to behold it was.
You put
75 candles.
you put candles on a cake? Was it some kind of devil worship?
And Satan. Oh, of course not. It was a video cake. To celebrate my birthday, obviously.
It seems that's a common custom here in Great Britain, Mr. Naruto.
Anybody. I must have all my poof to blow them out. I must have one wrong somehow. The faces didn't go out, but candles went flying all over the room.
Right.
The furniture caught and everything went up. The whole place filled with smoke.
Aha! Smoke! There we have it. Okay, keyword. Can I shoot it? No, can I save that for later to shoot it at something?
Can I
Wait,
shoot
wrong game. Okay.
Judge, can I shoot him?
I want to shoot that statement. Wait. Definitely sounds like devil worship to me. And by the sneezes, I presume you mean cold? But how did you catch a cold from a fire? Because he had to open the window?
There's a fire code.
Because of the smoke from the fire, huh? Yes? Maybe?
My fiasco it was. The grandchildren dashed some pure water over me as they tried to put out the flames.
Oh, good job, children.
And then, because the whole room was filled up with smoke, of course.
We had to open all the windows to clear it.
Definitely not a key sentence.
We had to open all the windows to clear it. Well, I guess that's good. So that gives us some...
Put, like, neon, like, arrows pointed at the sentence.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, this is important.
Yeah, it's just like, here. There you go. That's it. Here. Uh-huh.
Hey, look, answer. Ida Joe's.
The windows...
Wait, you mean windows can be opened?
No way! What?
Like the devil done shit on my grave, he did. So it was a devil cake and no way of thing. I caught a terrible cold from it, I did. It put me in the hospital for a while. I won't forget that birthday in a hurry.
Oh, I bet you don't. I knew it was devil worship all along. Something about this old man's story is playing on my mind for some reason. Really? I wonder why!
He was the old man's grandchildren.
We demonstrated who, apart from Mr. Natsume, could have attacked the young woman on the street. As well as how he or she could have done it. Yes, but once again, the jurors' statements are full of personal prejudice. A lot of them seem convinced they're right, even in the face of logical arguments on the contrary, to the contrary. I think you kind of need to pit them against each other to force them to accept an alternative explanation. Yes. We know how that works. I don't necessarily need to find contradictions between the assertions. Just a connection might do the trick. Yeah, exactly. Alright, I'll see what I can do. If anything stands out, I'll go in for a strike. That's the spirit. You can do it. Alright, there. It's time to pit.
Old man and Pinocchio. Oh, you're pointed at Bruce.
No, that's just that's just his statement down there.
Yeah, the window was closed, but now
You're right. Yeah, you're right. If the window was closed.
And then all that.
Yeah. I forgot I had to select the first one
Yeah.
beforehand. Even as a moment story in which you can't be related to this crime, window was closed, window
You
house
have
fire
to
station.
open windows to clear the smoke.
Yeah. That sounds about right. Right? Right.
Objection.
Objection. These two jurors' statements clearly contradict one another. That again?
That is it? How exactly, counsel?
Don't point at me again. I told you it wasn't me. Is that what you said? Speak up, lad. Speak up.
Objection. Juror number 3. Do you see?
He.
Oh, me? See what's
Did you hear juror number 6's account of his birthday celebrations last year? It seems despite being a Londoner, he once opened his windows in the middle of winter.
Yeah, of course. But it was an emergency.
And the penny drops? Oh, yeah.
Honestly, the room was filled with smoke.
Oh,
With smoke from a fire. Then you'd be mad not to open the...
And the penny drops? Now!
Oh!
Exactly!
I get it.
On the day in question, at the time of the incident, there was a fire in the Garrett household. And Mr. Garrett had the following to say about it. The whole place filled with
that was-
smoke. Oh, that old thing.
Oh my.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
you thirsty?
look at Pinocchio's face in that little thing. No, in the...
Yeah, no, I know. I just wanted to compare. I like the mugshot better, actually. Are you all right, Mrs.? Are you good? Hello?
Oh,
How much is in that? How much is in that? Good.
Excuse me.
Excuse me. Juror number 4, do you have something to say about that? Mrs. Garrett. Don't deary me. What is the meaning of this? How dare you imply that I'm hiding who I really am? It's imperative that you confirm something for the court. So please, it's time to drop the pretense now. Well, what is it? When the fire started in your house that day, did you or your husband open the window? What? I beg your pardon? What are you insinuating? The room would have been thick with smoke after the carbon bookcase caught on fire as they did. In a situation like that, it's inconceivable that you wouldn't have opened the window. And what if we did?
that is the whole basis
You
of
know,
hiring.
alternative scenario and all that? All right then. Yes, you're right. My husband was frantically trying to open the window. He was trying to. Which can't have been easy since I continued to give him a justly deserved book battering. Even though your house was on fire? Oh, you never stop throwing until the anger subsides. It would be terribly bad for the nerves to do otherwise. Of course, I should have realized. That's a significant step forward, Mr. Naruto. You've managed to establish that the window was open. Thank you. We simply must have that added to Mrs. Garrett's formal statement. Right, and then I can pit her against 2?
We press on that now.
Yeah, I want to press on it.
Hold it.
The fourth book found at the scene of the crime shows very obvious signs of fire damage. And the title of the book is The Lion's Pride. The same title, in fact, as the book that Mr. Garrett told us he'd been reading. His favorite, actually. It's his favorite book.
Oh,
Well, I really couldn't say. It's his favorite. How do you not know your husband's favorite book? On the day in question, did you or did you not throw at your husband the copy of The Lion's Pride that he had been reading? Is that a yes? I did. Thank you. It was the first thing I could lay my hands on, so I hurled it straight at him. And now you come to mention it, yes. He was rather enjoying reading it, you're right. Why did you not reveal this information to the court from the outset? Because I couldn't, you insolent little man. I didn't remember. At times like that, you pick up and throw whatever you can lay your hands on as well, you know? Like knives? I really don't. I barely noticed I was throwing a book, much less the title of it. Excuse me? Oh,
Do you
uh,
remember what happened with you in your life?
Did your knife throw... did your knife? What? Did your wife?
Did your knife throw a life into the wood lake?
Did your knife throw something at you?
Excuse me.
Excuse me, did you remember something? I love how his eyes like were looking behind the speech bubble. That was it. Just I'm gonna yeah. What is juror number 5? You know something? I've remembered what it was. That memory I blocked out. Ah. I was listening to what this granny was saying. Brought it all flooding back. She's gonna hate you. Yeah. Who are you calling a granny, you cheeky devil? I'm Mr. Scared Up, or the maid, I'll have you know. The man doesn't even flinch. Please tell me that's not because he's used to being hit all the time. It was about 2 weeks ago now. I just got back home from work, from after work, like. I put my hand in my pocket for the wages I just earned that day and I nearly died. There was all. Every last penny had dropped out. Oh, shit.
Being there.
Oh dear, what a disaster. You haven't heard the half of it, boy. Oh? The wife was cutting up some chicken at the time and she... Really?
She threw the knife.
Your knife actually threw a wife at you? I could hardly get the words out,
That's
but
a strong chicken.
I told her straight, I've lost a day's wages, love. Next thing I knew, the plate was whistling past my ear. Stuck to the walk next to me, did about an inch deep. Yikes. No words, just terror. I could smell it then, you know,
Is
that
that-
god-awful stench of the Thames. Well, I sure was gonna end up face down on that muddy banks that night, I can tell you. Now, that's a real disaster, isn't it? I'll never use the word lightly again. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make is this. When women lose their rag, they'll throw anything at you. Knives, hatchets, hammers, you name it. Mr. Naruto, you mustn't think that all women are short-tempered and unrefined. Yeah, some will throw
First,
you.
some throw.
Exactly. Some women will throw you. No, I wasn't thinking that. Throwing household objects at people is, well, it's so uncivilized. Yeah, throw the people
No,
instead.
throw people at house.
Exactly. At least attack with honor. Using a bow or the like. What? Attack? Who are you going to attack? Never mind. Anyway, this man's words could be rather significant, I think. Alright, we'll come back to the bone and everything later, if I dare. Alright then. Woman in a rage will lower lady almost anything edgy. The kitchen knife really brought that home for me.
So, can we go by and see the people talking again?
Yeah, I think this
We
is
know
going...
we know it's Pinocchio, so it's what, the lady?
I think it's... Yeah, it's two
Oh,
because...
alternative explanation of how the victim was stabbed. A
Yeah,
flying
exactly.
knife.
And then,
Okay,
yeah. Am I gonna press him on that again? I don't think I want to. That's trauma, so I'm just
I
gonna...
don't think we need, because it says a kitchen knife.
Yeah,
was
exactly. No,
hurled.
I don't want to
Yeah.
stir. I don't want to stir in that trauma either. So
Objection.
I have an objection. Those two statements clearly have a deeply significant connection. There we go.
Look at the judge's face. Okay. Good grief. You mean they don't contradict each other? Explain, counsel, at once.
Yeah, sometimes they don't have to contradict. Juror number 2. Do you think perhaps that this could be one such novel alternative? Oh my, whatever do you mean? An alternative explanation as to how the victim was stabbed in the back. What are you talking about? We've demonstrated that the fourth book, The Lion's Pride, was found at the scene of the crime. Originated in Mr. Garrett's room on the top floor of his house. Therefore, it's equally possible that some other object besides the book could have found its way from the Garrett household to the street below. What's that now? After all, Mrs. Gaddep could have thrown any number of different objects at her husband. Yeah, a cannon. Isn't that right, juror number 4? What are you insinuating now, you little beanpole? I'm beginning to think that ever since the true origins of this book came to light, perhaps she's had a feeling this might be what happened.
Oh, listen here, Luis. Law. As the foreman of the jury, man, straight answer.
That's another word I have to look up.
You give us this job about some modern object making its way to the house. But what? What was it?
Are you serious? I have to point that out for you?
It was a cannonball.
You know what it was? I'll tell you what it was. It was an invoice. It was my armband, in fact.
It was a love letter.
Yes, exactly. I'm taking a really big gamble here. That was a bold accusation to make. But I haven't any real evidence to back it up. Just show the knife. It's fine. But I'm certain that, at the very least, this warrants further investigation. Alright, Mr. Foreman. I'll try to explain the defense's theory. The other object that found its way from the Garrett household to the scene of the crime
My armband.
was my armband! It was the map!
I'm a lawyer.
I'm a lawyer. I don't know. A photograph?
He made me laugh when he was thrown.
Maybe the receipt? But I think it's the knife.
Take that!
Juror number 4, Mrs. Garrett. What? What now? I must apologize in advance for this. But I need you to confirm something else for the court. This knife. Have you ever seen this knife before? Oh!
Good Lord, Counsel. What on earth are you doing? That is the weapon that was lodged in the victim's back, man.
Chill, I got a plan. I got a plan. Chill, I got a plan. It's fine. My lord, remember that when the victim was attacked, Mr. and Mrs. Garrett were in the throes of an argument? Throes? Throes? Another word I have to look
It
up.
doesn't feel like there is any other
The
way to
throes?
say that makes sense.
The throes of an argument.
In the threes, maybe.
Mrs. Garrett was hurling anything she could at her husband, who had been backed up against the window. A window that had been opened to clear the smoke, and through which a book sailed to land at the crime scene.
Kind of serious, believe that. The bullet was found in the victim's grasp.
Well, she caught it.
I was saying that it flew out a window and across the street to then neatly in her hand.
Yeah, exactly. That's what happened. I'm picturing it right now. Huh? Even my missus ain't got aim like that. Well, yes, I admit there are many details we don't yet understand. But that's the point. That's precisely why. We must not allow this trial to end. Not right now. Oh my. Mrs. Garrett, your answer, please. Have you seen this knife before or not? Oh my dearie, I'm not sure. Oh, Oh! Oh, you have? Thud. Thank you, subtitles. She okay? Can someone fetch a pitcher of water, please?
Ran away.
Get the smelling salt. I wish to change my decision. I'm a woman of my word, after all. Thank you, madam.
Yes, I agree.
You agree?
I certainly didn't see this coming, but I just don't think it's right for the trial to come to an end now. So maybe that's the question.
All right, Mr. Foreman. I'd have to agree. Not that I think the granny did it, mind.
Well, you know what? I'm not quite happy with this at the moment either.
I haven't
Everybody up in 1, 2, 3. Oh man.
We did it! Oh, congratulations, Mr. Naruto.
So, as a result of the defense summation examination, a number of jurors' leanings have changed.
Juror number 4's leaning has changed so much, in fact, that she fell off her chair.
2 jurors called guilty against 4 now calling innocent. Old man. Accordingly, the opinion of this court is divided.
I don't think the old man heard any of that.
And the trial will continue. So how do you have a failed state in this game if every time everybody is deciding guilty you can have a summation examination?
Oh.
Now then, Lord Van Zees, how does bullshit sound to you?
Bah.
To break another glass. This trial is rapidly descending to a farce.
We have eyewitness account. How dare you question this?
Like a cold wine, the first few sips are bitter enough.
Ah!
The father's so repugnant, isn't good for nothing, save the gunner.
If I may, Lord Van Zees, the defense has just put forward a clerical alternative explanation of what happened.
Credible? Is that you consider opinion, Mr. Foreman? The defense's argument is a joke to which you barely know how to respond. But let me start by insisting that you must all familiarize yourself better with the relative positions of those places being discussed.
Oh, we get to amend the map even further. Nice.
I have this crayon.
Let me Sharpie it in on the
My
map.
favorite one is purple.
What do you mean by that? What's his angle this time? He's gonna draw on my map.
It should already be more than apparent that between the crime scene and the Gardav household there is a street.
It's called Briar Road, in fact.
That's a right street, Briar Road.
God damn it, really?
She needs to have quite an arm to throw. Which means that the distance from the Gardav's house to this scene is some, 15 yards.
This literally is argument. She must have quite an arm to
Really?
throw
And
it.
you think from the top floor she wouldn't be able to throw something that far in a fit of range? Really? Let me see. 15 yards. That's around 14 meters. See, that's not that big a distance.
It's still throwable.
Like, it is, but 14 meters. Oh, that's a little further than I'd imagined.
And, as you, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, rightly noted as having continuous significance, the fourth book was found in the victim clutches.
Yeah, I think we still have the timeline a little bit wrong here.
I mean, she threw the book first. It landed next to the lady. The lady turned into the book to grab it, and then the knife flew.
Yeah, exactly.
In other words, the smuggling book, when only heard by the lady of the house, travels some 15 yards to land on the opposite side of the road, neatly between the collapsed sphinx's fingers and thumb.
We never argued
No.
that. No.
That is not our argument.
No, that's not our argument. But we never specified that.
Is that your
Conclusion, my learned and deluded friend.
Don't point at me, that's rude.
And did the jackknife follow in the identical trajectory to plunge into the middle of the victim's back? This fantasy is somewhat stretching the notion of having a bad day for the victim.
Well, she didn't die.
Lady Grape, very bad, not good day.
Even those pathetic serialized detective stories have more believable plots.
Objection!
Like shows up here in
Yeah.
the background.
There's nothing I can say to that. Really? There's nothing you can say to that? Really? That prosecutor loves the sound of his own voice.
It is a very
Miss
sexy voice.
Sato,
if I
holy
would say so
damn.
myself, the voice of it.
Do you want to go over there and throw him? No. Yeah, this is personal now. This is personal. COA's detective stories are pathetic, are they? How dare he?
Ooh, he called them
The
on
them's fighting words. Maybe let's pick our battles here. My lord, might I be allowed to speak?
As judicial assistants, if they speak for the defense.
Yes.
Go ahead.
The prosecution may consider the idea a fantasy. But what the defense has postulated was believable enough to persuade the jury to change its leaning. And as such, the court has a duty to explore this alternative explanation as thoroughly as possible. To that end, juror number 4, Mrs. Joan Garrydeb, must be called to testify and submit to cross-examination.
Saints alive!
Can someone pick her off the floor, please?
Cross-examination of a juror.
Get the spatula. Oh, she's back on her seat. Okay.
Order! Order! Well, this is highly irregular. I'm sorry, puberty. It is unprecedented for a member of the jury to be summoned to the witness stand.
Well, let's do it then.
Objection.
No, we're gonna do this. So no.
Fuck you.
Oh man, not again.
Unnecessary.
You're not the one to decide that here.
Lord and Zeeks? There are already witnesses of the stand whose testimony the defense may further cross-examine. If my learned friend's farcical theory has any truth in it, then both a burning book and the jackknife must have flown from the sky before this couple's eyes.
It was foggy.
And we must assume they would be able to testify accordingly.
Hmm.
What say you, witnesses?
Oh? No? You don't say anything? Oh.
Yes, first of all, we've already do this,
What?
Well, that is a jolly tune. Good morning, officer.
Sorry for losing 2 hours, sir.
Oh, so he's left.
I haven't slept for a month on account of failing to appear on my beat, sir.
Oh really? Tell me about that villain. Wait, no, that's not your beat, right? Briar Road?
Okay, so he's slightly less weak.
Oh, they are so heroic, these London bobbies.
Patricia, my darling, I've been neglecting you, but no more.
Please, not in the courtroom. Oh, Rolly, my hero, you make me swoon.
They're so cute until he puts his finger on the trigger of a gun.
Really?
Very well. I hereby reject the defense's request.
Oh man. Boring. Oh.
And order the witnesses to stand and to testify again.
Sure.
State forthwith before the count. Any detail. Not so. Making the judge's voice makes me yawn because I have to make my voice. Details pertaining to the defense alternative explanation of events.
Yes, sir.
Speaking of yawning.